I think sort of having an active role in the community is a very, very important thing. Like when I was when I was like 16 years old, I would put lots of CDs in post packs and send them all around the world to record labels, hoping to hear something back. And I doubt anyone ever even opened them. Um, and it's the same actually when people give me a CD at a gig nowadays and say, "Can you check it out?" And I'm like, "Oh, look, I'll try," but it's actually really hard for me to find a device that can play CDs nowadays. So
Yeah, yeah.
and I think anyone who is a content provider nowadays, like a musical content provider, is going to have a constant stream of new stuff. So, I mean, I think the most important thing is to just present the music in. You need to be mindful of the fact that the demo you're giving in is probably one of many that they're seeing that week. And
Mm.
so, in that sense, the more concise and clear you can be about, what it is that you're selling musically, what it is that you're bringing to the table, and the more easy you can make it, like for people to listen to. I think that's a very important thing. People say stuff like, I've seen record label execs say stuff like, if you upload a track to, I think it's box.com or is it box.net? It's like a
Yeah,
similar
yeah.
kind of service to Dropbox or whatever, people like those kind of links because it's a link they can click on and just play it right in the
Mm.
browser. It sounds really lazy on the labels side of things, but the more easy you can make, the less difficulty somebody has actually accessing your music, the better it's going to come through. So if I was to shop my music to somebody nowadays, I mean, obviously the process would be a bit different for me because now I have like a list of contacts that I could get in touch to help me do it.
Yeah, yeah.
The first thing I would suggest is not going in the front door. If you know somebody in the industry who is connected to that person, that's often a good way to do it. If you have somebody, a middleman who can sort of vouch for you or sort of at least give some kind of indication that it's worth listening to, I think that really helps. But otherwise, just be like, hi there, like this is my new track. It's of this style. We're looking for somebody to license it, basically.
Mm.
I think if you're just straightforward about it and open and honest about it, then that at least means it will probably get listened to initially,
Mm.
because I think most labels who have like an A&R department, they'll usually have somebody doing the grunt work of going through each and every single track and, filtering out the stuff that is actually worth listening to begin with. We certainly do that. And that's a necessary process, absolutely, because for one person to just go through each and every single track doesn't make sense, and it's a waste of time because a lot of them are attempts at tracks. They're not ready for prime time,
Mm.
and that's what people also often do is they send stuff out as soon as they have something that they've finished. They might have only finished one or two tracks or something, and they're already kind of sending stuff out. But
Mm.
there's still so many kind of things that they really need to learn before they're gonna have a real impact, I think. So, but I think, yeah, just being straightforward and honest about what you are and what you're going for. And I think maybe the other thing I would say is starting with an imprint that is maybe appropriate for you in terms of size. I think some
Yeah.
people often try to go straight for the big guys, like this idea of being picked up by like a big label you know, um, and sometimes to work with a world-class label, you do need to kind of work your way up the ranks a little bit. So I think in this day and age, in the digital age, there's certainly nothing wrong with working with an indie label who might be a bit more willing to take a chance on you, and has a bit more freedom creatively to release your stuff, rather than a big label who has a duty to their fans to release nothing but huge world-class records. So I think it's good to make a distinction between those two kind of labels as well.